Hello everyone, welcome to Sunburned Albino plays Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony Episode 8's worth of class trial intermission. Let's keep it going. Wow, the trial is racing toward its thrilling conclusion. Do you know who the culprit is? Obviously I know, cause I know everything. What? Know everything? No, everything.
Daddy knows everything about anything. He basically traded his bearhood for godhood.
Yes, he has betrayed his Ursine ancestors. Traded? No, I'm still obviously a bear. It is obvious, right? Right, you guys? You sure ain't no fish, but you damn sure smell like one.
Now then.
Anyway, since I know everything, I'll give you the whole story later. Try your hardest to nab the culprit, and believe me, that's no lie. If I lied, it would shake the game to its very foundation. So trust me, and please enjoy the class trial without any worries. Oh, I got no worries, alright. Okay, so we're in the middle of suspecting Shuichi, even though there's no way that's what happened.
It's making me nervous. I don't know who the culprit is, but I'm not paying attention, so it's okay.
Yeah, but there's one thing we do know. The line between victim and attacker ain't as clear as you might think.
I suppose that's one lesson we can take away from this case.
I cut off the leg before the poison spread. By spring, flowers will grow from the stump.
Say something already.
Your tongue-tied silence speaks volumes. I fucking knew you were the culprit.
Wait just a minute. None of that is possible. Shuichi was with me the whole time we were on lookout. When are you suggesting Shuichi killed Rantaro?
Were you really together the whole time?
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm asking if you two were on lookout together the whole time.
Well, I guess we weren't together the whole time.
I'm going to check out the basement. I'll come with you. No, you stay and keep watch, Coyote.
So that's when Shuichi went to kill Rantaro.
No! Shuichi wouldn't kill anyone!
Don't become emotional. We must seek the truth in a calm and logical manner, or all our lives will be lost here.
I'm not being emotional here. I'm saying it with conviction.
Even if Shuichi did go to the basement, he couldn't have killed Rantaro because... Security sensor going off.
I get it. The security alarm didn't ring until after Shuichi returned to the classroom. It only rang after Rantaro moved the hidden door, which means he was still alive. If Shuichi was with me when the alarm went off, then that means he's not the culprit.
By the way, I want to confirm one thing with you, Coyote. Who set the security sensor on the bookcase? It was Shuichi, right?
What is that grin on his face? Then I'll set up the camera that's connected to the security sensor. I'll set it carefully so the camera has a clear shot when Mastermind moves the bookcase. Let me take care of the security sensor on top of the bookcase, and we'll set the cameras near each door.
Yeah. Shuichi was the one who set up the security sensor. What about it?
Did you actually check for yourself if the sensor was set on the bookcase, Coyote?
No, I didn't check.
Did it ever occur to you that Shuichi could have lied about setting the sensor?
A lie?
Shuichi pretended to place the sensor on the hidden bookcase door. But in actuality, he was holding it the whole time. And when he met up with you, he secretly triggered the sensor to make the security alarm go off.
That face! That shit-eating grin.
That would cause Coyote to assume that someone had moved the bookcase.
I see! Sneaky little fucker!
Dude, say something. Anything at all, you fucking pussy. No, at this rate, everyone's going to think Shuichi is the culprit. I have to do something. I know for a fact that he's not the culprit. So, I gotta do something. From this point on, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. God, I hate white noise. That was in the second game too, but if you had your or your action difficulty set to gentle, they wouldn't appear at all. But apparently in this one, they do appear regardless. Silencer with X to shoot down the white noise. And you'll also get additional time, ain't that something? Okay. So X shoots the silencer that will get rid of the noise that's in front of the stuff. Alright, what receiver on Shuichi, front entrance photo, rear entrance photo, hidden door photo?
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Coyote heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it in order to trigger the alarm.
So when Coyote heard the sensor go off, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot could make that mistake.
Say something. Like, for real, though. Shuichi couldn't have had the sensor on him. That's right, and I should have evidence that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
The security sensor was armed,
Is
but
it one of the photos?
the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Coyote heard came from
Can you...
the sensor.
Yo, pause that for a sec. Do one of these photos have the sensor in them? I want to view this, like, bigger, but they won't let me. The rear entrance photo. The first photo is a shot of Rantaro coming in. If he... Let's see, okay, it was at the top of the hidden bookcase. The sensor. Which one was that facing? Okay. So, like, the sensor had to be not with Shuichi, because otherwise it wouldn't have triggered one of these photos. But is it the rear entrance photo? That seems to be the one that's, like, on the hidden bookcase. Yeah, I think it's rear entrance photo.
When Shuichi secretly moved it in order to trigger the alarm.
Alright, so secretly moved it is the wrong, or is the thing to
someone
get rid
took
of.
the bookcase.
Only an idiot could make that mistake.
Alright, let's do it. This has to be correct. Shouldn't have had the sensor on, that's right, and I have
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Coyote heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it.
No! I was 100%.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
Is the receiver on Shuichi?
The sound Coyote heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it.
No.
Shoot!
Oh no, this is happening.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Coyote heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it.
God damn.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
Shuichi was in charge of setting the sensor, then we don't know if he actually did it. He used Coyote as a patsy. Oh, what do we do?
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
I think just rear entrance photo. Cancel out the first one then? Those are the only two orange words. Okay.
The security sensor was armed,
Try this
but
again.
the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
Fuck. They give you way less... Make prepper... No, just retry.
We won't give...
They give you way less, like, mistakes before you have to do it again.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole
No,
time.
I didn't mean to press that, you
The
idiot.
sound
Oh. I would say that, like, the... Okay. Look out. Although Shuichi left briefly to go two were together the entire time until the receiver went off. I don't think lookout classroom...
Kaede heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it.
Yeah. Okay.
The security
We're just
sensor
gonna
was
trial
armed,
error this right now.
The moving isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time. The sound
You're gonna have to explain it for me.
The sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it.
The security sensor was armed, but
Front
the
entrance
moving
photos.
bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
Nope, it's not that either. Alright.
Shoot!
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
Alright, we've lost again. So this is what's gonna happen.
Is that...
Please retry.
We...
Oh.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
Am I missing
The
something?
security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. Wait a minute. This is weird. If the security sensor wasn't placed, then
That's so easy
we wouldn't have
and
been
I'm so
able to
mad.
take that picture. We were only able to get it because the sensor was triggered by the hidden door.
Oh, that? Easy to explain. Well, you see... I guess you're right. Sorry, I didn't think that far ahead.
You're giving up that easily?
Yeah, I mean, whatevs. I made a mistake, big deal.
You speak as if you knew that from the start. Even I was taken in.
So you see, Shuichi can't be the culprit.
Now wait just a minute. The security sensor had a power supply, so what if it went like this? The security sensor was set up on the bookshelf, and Shuichi had its receiver. However, Shuichi turned the receiver off.
Huh? How come?
That would get you a picture, but no alarm when Rentaro moved the bookcase. Then, when Shuichi says he's gonna check the basement, he actually goes to the library. And thanks to the 30-second interval, he's got time to go in after Rantaro.
He could have collected the sensor from the hidden bookcase after killing Rantaro.
I see. Then he caused the receiver to go off in front of Kaede to trick her.
It's certainly plausible, considering that Shuichi knew about the intervals.
I'm so mad that you're just being quiet this whole time. It's actually pissing me off. We wouldn't have to do any of this if you were just like, no, I can't be that.
Then, Shuichi really is the culprit?
God.
So the ultimate detective is the killer. What a plot twist!
Wait! Why do you guys think he's the culprit? Shuichi, please say something. Why aren't you saying anything?
For fucking serious.
Shuichi, what's wrong? You're not culprit, are you?
Hey, you gonna say anything? We'll all vote for you if you don't.
Are you okay with being the culprit? Are you ready to turn yourself in?
What should I do? Everyone suspects Shuichi. There's no way he's the culprit, but even so... why won't Shuichi say anything? Is there a reason he won't say anything? If that's the case, then it's all up to me. To protect everyone, I need to take control of this debate. Even if that means I have to lie to do it. Did you hear that? A lie? Now I know that sounds crazy, telling a lie in a class trial, but sometimes telling a lie is necessary to reach the truth. Oh, but don't worry, there are no lies in this tutorial. From here on out, there will be times in a debate you have to lie. Before you had to refute the lies, but now you'll have to lie yourself. Okay, so you hold triangle to lie. Doesn't that get your heart pumping? Here's how it works. Select a truth bullet like normal, but when you hold triangle, the truth bullet will become a lie bullet with the opposite meaning. Releasing triangle will shoot the lie bullet. When you use a lie bullet to argue or agree with someone's statement, it will become a perjury, a statement that paints over the truth with lies. While lying, your influence gauge will drain. A successful lie will restore it. But if you miss with your lie bullet, you will take damage, so be careful. Also, I've heard a rumor that there's a secret way to advance debates. It's called a back route. Let's just say that only those who lie well will be able to find it. Thank you muchly. God, I am not prepared for this at all.
Let's
it's gonna have
go over
something
the
to do
case
with
one more
receiver
time.
Shuichi for sure, though.
The security sensor was placed on the moving bookcase. Shuichi also had the receiver.
But he had it turned off.
And so when Rantaro moved the bookcase, a picture was taken without the alarm sounding.
Then, taking advantage of the camera's interval timer,
Shuichi hid in the library and murdered the shit out of Rantaro!
Okay, is there
And
only
then
the one
he
orange
grabbed
thing?
the security sensor from the bookcase and returned to the lookout spot.
Afterwards, he set off the receiver in front of Kaede on purpose to make her think the murder had just happened. Praise be Tua! We've solved this case! So Shuichi was just using Kaede.
This is a long debate. Alright, the basis is that Shuichi had the receiver. If I can argue against that, so basically I just tell the lie and
Let's
say
go
that
over
he
the
didn't have
case
the
one more
receiver.
time.
the security sensor was placed on the moving bookcase. Shuichi also had the...
Alright.
I'll turn this lie into the truth. Sorry, you guys. I forgot to tell you something important.
Forgot?
To tell you the truth, it was me. I had the receiver.
Huh?
So that's why there's no way Shuichi could have turned off the receiver.
If that is true, then the entire premise of the argument thus far is wrong.
Is this true, Kaede?
Of course! Come on, would I lie to you guys?
You're so bad at this.
That only screw yourself over. If we mess up, you're dead too, you know.
Or perhaps you wanted to cover for Shuichi, even at the cost of your life.
Huh? I cannot imagine why anyone would risk their life to lie on another's behalf.
Words from a true heartless robot. Emotions are only for meatbags.
That is a harmful stereotype. I can produce heartfelt remarks through calculations.
Like less than 3? Those kinds of calculations?
It's a heart.
It's not so unthinkable. All hearts are blind when faced with radiant love. Doing anything for the one you love. Hasn't everyone felt that way before? I most certainly have, at least.
Look how creepy you are. I'm sure that person didn't want your love.
Coyote and Shuichi are pretty buddy-buddy with each other, so I wouldn't doubt that. Plus, the way Coyote just acted right now, I'm pretty sure she lied. A talented liar like me can spot other people's lies easily. Well, what do you guys think? To believe or not to believe, Coyote?
I do want to believe Kaede, but Shuichi does seem pretty suspicious. He has been strangely quiet for a while now, which is classic degenerate male behavior.
Yeah, I agree.
Shuichi is the only person here who's suspicious. So we all agree that Shuichi did it? Then let's just vote already!
No, I still think it is too soon to determine the culprit.
I agree. I sort of can't believe that Shuichi is the culprit.
Just talk! Say words!
Yeah, this ain't right.
I agree. But I don't know if Atua agrees. Cause right now it's his nap time.
I've never hated
This is quite
somebody more.
troublesome.
This is
It
worse
seems
than
our
when
opinions are on
Yasuhiro
opposite ends.
was all like, oh, I think Kyoko's a ghost. This is even worse than that.
How are we supposed to decide? We're split, right down middle.
Just open fucking mouth. Oh, I've never been so pissed off.
Did you just say
Oh,
split?
okay.
You did! I heard it! I heard it with my belly button microphone! So wait, your ears don't do anything? The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
More phenomenal trial grounds?
The trial grounds are gonna morph? Seriously? I totally want to see that!
Either way, we have to do something. We can't vote for Shuichi because he's definitely not the culprit. If we vote for him, all hope is lost. I won't be able to save everyone. But I haven't lost hope yet. I won't give up. Before I can save everyone, I need to make sure we're all on the same page. You're split down the middle. At times like this, debate scrums are perfect. In a debate scrum, that's such a disgusting word, you will be split into 2 teams. Then you argue your opinions against each other. But look, everyone's so fired up the subjects of your statements don't match. That's not how you debate at all. You have to match your subject with your opponents and put them in the correct order. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. Your side's subject keywords will be displayed, but your opponent's subjects won't be revealed yet. Listen closely for the subject of your opponent's argument. Before your opponent finishes their statement, find the same subject keyword with up and down, and press triangle to argue the subject with the same keyword. You and your opponent's arguments match, then your opponent's keyword will be revealed. When all the statements match up, you will enter the finale, convince all your opponents at once, continuously tap the button to push your opponent's claim out. Don't get pushed back, push their claim back. This will be a flawless thing that happens. I'm ready. We've got a split opinion, so the trial ground is morphin'. It's so weird how they're cardboard cutouts in a 3D camera.
You hid what you knew about the camera intervals, Shuichi.
Gota!
But Mew's silent about intervals too.
Oh.
Unlike Shuichi, I actually have an airtight alibi. Kaito!
Coyote backed up Shuichi's alibi, didn't she?
Shuichi and Coyote weren't together the whole time, were they?
Hirumi!
Both of them were together when the receiver went off.
If
I actually
Shuichi
like
had the
this.
receiver, it could have been
This
discovered.
is a cool.
Coyote is
probably
the one who
coolest,
actually had the
thing yet.
receiver.
But that's Coyote's lie, isn't it?
I'll do it! We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through.
Oh, you're changing the buttons on me. That was good. You need more minigames like that actually make sense
Everyone,
to do.
you have to believe me. Shuichi is not the culprit. If we vote for Shuichi, we'll be making the wrong choice. And if that happens, everyone will be executed. I definitely
I'm actually
won't let that
very
happen.
impressed with that concept.
Even if it costs
Way
me
to
my
go.
life.
Finally, a debate minigame that I actually like.
Coyote.
Yeah, it's just like Coyote said. Shuichi ain't the culprit.
Because it just requires quick thinking, but it's fair.
Gonta believe in Shuichi too.
You know, there's
Gentlemen
no,
always believe in
left analog
friends.
stick slashing bullshit.
Well, if Shuichi's not our culprit, then who is?
We've already exhausted all possible avenues of discussion.
No way. There has to be something else we can discuss.
we just gotta think. Right, Shuichi?
Huh?
Shuichi, even though you're not the culprit, you've been quiet for a while. It's because you realized something, huh? You're scared to reveal the truth. I thought so. Shuichi, answer me this. What kind of truth did you realize? Don't be scared to say it. Not
Yeah,
just
what
for
the
me,
fuck are you afraid
but
of?
for everyone else. Please, face the truth.
The picture.
Picture?
The picture from the camera aimed at the hidden door, just before the murder. I always thought it was suspicious, the way Rantaro was acting.
What's suspicious?
If you look at the picture, it looks like Rantaro is trying to remove the camera, but that must mean he noticed the camera we set up.
That's true. But when did he notice that?
I believe it was when the camera took its first picture. This picture was taken when Rantaro moved the bookcase. At that moment, something made him notice the camera. So he tried to remove it. That's when the bookcase closed. The sensor was triggered, and that's when this picture was taken.
If that is the case, we must find the reason why he noticed the camera.
You're confusing everyone! Except me, of course. Just get to the fucking point!
I've been contemplating what it could be. Why did he notice the camera? And the answer is in this picture.
I see. Shuichi knows. The reason why Rantaro noticed the camera was because... Yeah, I mean, it's super bright in there.
I get it!
They're supposed to remove the flash, but it flashed
Because
anyway.
of the flash, right?
Yeah? The flash?
Yes, the flash went off when the hidden door camera took a picture. Rantaro noticed the camera's flash.
But how can you tell the flash went off?
Well, if you compare it to the other pictures that we have, remember the pictures that were taken when I took down the cameras? This is the picture taken when I removed the front camera. And this is the picture from when I removed the rear camera. And this is the picture of Rantaro.
I can't believe I didn't notice that.
Whoa! The brightness is totally different.
Same room, circumstance, and camera. And yet, there is a
And yet,
disparity
there
in
being a
brightness.
flash doesn't tell me anything by itself.
Because only the camera aimed at the hidden door had the flash turned on.
What was the purpose of leaving the flash on? Especially since it was meant to be hidden.
A mistake, maybe?
It's no mistake. There was an objective here. That camera was placed for another reason.
Another reason, huh?
I know this. There's only one reason the camera's flash was used.
I get it!
The flash was used to lure whoever moved the bookcase to the camera. So when the flash went off, they would have noticed the camera right away. And that's exactly what happened. Rantaro moved the bookcase, noticed the flash, and then walked over to the camera. But the culprit didn't expect the camera to take another picture when the door closed.
Hey, Coyote?
What is it?
Is something wrong? You've been acting kinda strange.
Strange?
Your last few remarks carry more conviction than before.
Do you know who the culprit is?
Yep, I know. I've known for a long time.
Long time?
Because there was only one person able to set the flash on the camera. Isn't that right, Shuichi? The culprit of this incident is...
Miyu? Dude, where are you? Where did you go? What? Aw, don't tell me it's me.
No doubt about it.
Okay, but like... shot put, though. Where does the ball come in?
Well, this is as far as it goes. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get to the mastermind. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, Rantaro. I'm sorry, Shuichi. You stayed silent this whole time because you realized it already, right? But you can't do that. It may be the end of me, but I want my wish to. I'm giving it to you, Shuichi. From now on, you're going to carry on my wish. You're going to protect everyone.
Coyote, I know what you want me to do. That's so cool. It's cruel, but... I understand. I'll do it. You can trust me. I won't let your wish go ungranted. Coyote is the culprit.
Huh? Coyote did it?
Wait! That's not possible! Right, Coyote?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Coyote? Wait! Did she really...
Just kidding!
Just kidding.
Huh? Did you guys really think I'm the culprit? Psh, come on, guys. Like I could. When Rantaro was murdered, I was in the classroom with Shuichi, remember? After that, we went to the library, and that's the first time I even saw his body. Plus, I never met up with Rantaro. I never had a chance to kill him.
Yes. No way Coyote could be culprit.
Jeez, of course not. Do you think I'm even strong enough to throw that shot? My hands are only strong enough to play piano.
Then accusing you of being the culprit is...
Yup, it's wrong. Shuichi's just joking around. He wanted to lighten up the mood. Right, Shuichi? No matter how you look at it, I couldn't have killed Rantaro with that shot.
I understand, Coyote. You want me to reveal the truth, don't you? I think everyone is afraid of learning the truth. But the people who are willing to find the truth are the ones who can decide their fate. If you never know the lies from the truth, then you can't choose a path. You won't even know you're on a path. So, fight for the truth, even if it is frightening. I know you can do this. If you're scared, borrow the strength of others who will be there to help you. Think of everyone you're helping, and let that be your strength.
No, I'm not joking around. Coyote definitely killed Rantaro.
What the hell did you just say?
It seems as though Shuichi is serious.
Okay, but like,
all.
why though?
Of course I am.
Don't make Shuichi the protagonist. He's the one I like the least now. Ugh, God.
Why don't you tell me
Kill
that?
off
How did I kill Rantaro with that shot?
Coyote, Bei, Akamatsu, and replace him with Pussy Boy Shuichi.
Yeah, how? You and Coyote were together the whole time, weren't you?
How Coyote killed Rantaro with the shot put ball should become clear when you consider where she used it.
Where she used the shot put ball?
Huh? What? I'm lost, you guys.
Coyote wants me to reveal the truth. She trusts me with her wish. So, I can't back down. I need to fulfill her wish. I need to fight for the truth. Dude, I am not on board with any of this at all. Like, I understand it, but I don't like it.
I have an alibi. When Rantaro was killed, I was in the classroom standing watch with Shuichi.
Coyote never saw Rantaro. Then how'd she kill him?
It's important to establish where the culprit used the shot. We know that it was in the library.
Rantaro was killed in the library after all.
That's the only explanation.
Yeah.
In which case, it's impossible for me to be the culprit.
Then I'll find
I have an alibi.
Is there anything...
When Rantaro was killed, I was in the classroom standing watch with Shuichi.
Coyote never saw Rantaro.
I believe that.
How'd she kill him?
It's important
Did
to
she, like,
establish where
slide
the
the
culprit
shot
used
put
the
ball
shot.
down the vent?
We know that it was in the library.
That's wrong!
But that's a really specific thing to have done.
Coyote didn't use the shot put ball at the scene of the crime. She used it at the first floor classroom, where we were keeping watch.
Hold up. How could she have hit Rantaro with a shot from a different floor?
She rolled it. She rolled the shot from the first floor classroom and hit Rantaro.
I am skeptical that she could perform such a feat of accuracy.
So it was a magic shot put ball? Nah, that's not possible.
It is possible. If you do it at the right spot in the classroom, it will reach the library.
So it seems you already knew about that.
I didn't want to figure it out. I didn't want to know. But I can't turn away from the truth. The place she rolled the shot put ball to move it from the classroom to the library. I know this. When you need to deduce a key word, you will be thrown into Hangman's Gambit version 3.0. The objective is to select the letter orbs in the right order. Makes sense. Press X to activate the flash spot to read the illuminated letter orbs. While the letters are illuminated, you will not be able to actually select, so make sure you remember where they are and press triangle to get the letter orb. Remember, you have to select them in the correct order. Alright, so we're going to be doing vent, right? It's going to be vent. The word is vent. It is vent. That's great. I like that one. I like this. This is the best Hangman yet. It's way better than the second
The
one.
classroom's vent. If you were to roll the shot in there, it would reach the library.
I see. That air duct connects the classroom to the library.
Yeah, but even if you got hit in the head with the shot football, that would knock you out, maybe. That would not kill somebody.
So, the shot is rolled into the vent, passes through the duct,
Also, that's still
and
such a
comes out of the air
specific...
vent above the library bookcase.
Oh, fuck!
But how could she have hit Rantaro from all the way over there?
Remember when Coyote was all like, I'm a really big fan of, like, Rube Goldberg machines? Dude, it hit the book. She set one up. She rolled the shot put ball out of the vent. It hit the books, which she stacked in a line to where they would roll down the books and then come out exactly where Rantaro's supposed to be standing. But still, that wouldn't kill someone.
The vent was way too far from Rantaro's body.
So it was just a coincidence?
What kind of coincidence is that?
Dude, she's a genius. Why? That's what I
What a
don't get is
mystery.
everyone is way too smart for this game. No, I already know the answer to that as well. It was no coincidence. The culprit set it up that way intentionally. If I'm remembering correctly, there was something off about her then. Damn it, how could I not realize it? It's too late to regret the past. I said I wouldn't back down. I made a promise. Stack books.
The shot that fell from the vent. How did it strike Rantaro's head from that distance?
Yeah, that's impossible!
It's not like it started rolling on its own and fell off the bookcase onto Rantaro's head.
Maybe the shot was
That
on the
is
floor.
kind of what it did.
And Rentaro tripped over it, causing him to hit his head on the bookcase?
Watch out so you don't slip and fall!
Alright, I guess it was probably Ryoma's.
What if Rantaro's corpse moved on its own? Like he was standing under the vent when the shot hit his head. Then he walked a few steps before he finally dropped dead.
Yeah, that's not true because blood spattered.
Hey,
But
Shuichi. Don't be the truth.
The shot that fell.
alright, wait for it.
How did it strike Rantaro's head from that distance?
Yeah, that's impossible!
Alright.
It's not like it started rolling.
Oh, but it did!
I agree. It's just like Ryoma said. The shot rolled along the top of the bookcase and fell on Rantaro's head.
It rolled along the bookcase?
I did say that, but would the shot have rolled that conveniently?
It has nothing to do with convenience. The shot rolled exactly how the culprit wanted. They used books on top of the bookcases to direct the path of the shot.
The shot's path was directed by books? How would that even work?
It would be easier to explain with a floor plan of the library.
Oh, that's right. Someone did have a floor plan. In fact, that might be concrete proof of my theory. I remember one of them.
That's it! Mew, I recall that during the investigation, you said you would use your drone to make a floor plan.
Oh yeah! What happened with that?
I've already developed the photos and drafted some sketches.
Then let's look at it. Maybe we all find clue.
Please, Mew.
Oh, want him that badly, huh? Fine. But now you owe me one. Voila! Feast your eyes on these babies.
It's just as I thought.
What is?
See? The books are stacked like stairs from the vent to where Rantaro's body was found.
Oh, Shuichi is right.
Indeed, they are stacked like stairs. I did not notice when I looked up from the floor.
I see. The shot rolled on top of these books, eh?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The shot was rolled into the classroom vent and came out in the library. If the vent was open, the shot would have maintained momentum. And you did that, right, Coyote? You made sure the vent was open.
I pushed the grate into the duct. Then I lifted my body and looked inside. So how's it look? Could a person fit in there? It would be pretty difficult, but you might be able to crawl through.
Impressive. You have a really good memory, Shuichi.
When the shot came through, the stacked books made it change direction. It then rolled down the path made by the books. The books were stacked in rows so that the shot wouldn't fall off. At the same time, the books blocked the shot from view. Then, when the ball was directly above Rantaro, it changed direction, rolled along the groove of the open books, and fell on top of his head. And it was the camera flash that lured him to that exact spot.
A setup that complicated is almost like a Rube Goldberg machine.
So Coyote created this mechanism?
Well, it would be.
Wait, even with the Rube whatever setup, when did she roll the ball into the duct?
right! Wasn't Shuichi with Coyote in the classroom?
When did Coyote roll the shot put ball? It had to have been at just the right time to kill Rentaro. Coyote rolled the shot. When she was leaving the classroom.
That's it! The moment we ran out of the classroom. When the sensor went off, I ran out first, and then Coyote followed. But just before she left...
Shuichi, the receiver! Someone move the bookcase. Hurry, Coyote! Shuichi sprinted out of the classroom with the determination of a true ultimate detective. Wait for me! I dropped everything I was holding and ran after Shuichi.
I'm right, aren't I, Coyote?
Of
It's
course,
true, she
the ultimate
dropped everything
detective
she
would
was
remember
holding
all
like
that.
a shot put ball.
Your words and that smile. Is this your admission of guilt?
Hold on! Don't just jump to conclusions! I've still got a lot of questions.
That's weird. Why do you sound so desperate?
There's nothing weird about it. There's just no way I can believe someone like Coyote would be the culprit.
Yeah, don't not believe it either.
What?
Don't worry, Coyote. I'll clear your name. I refuse to believe that Coyote is the culprit. I still have my doubts.
What kind of doubts?
Let's see.
Doubts about the noise, of course. The library should have been quiet, right?
No.
If that shot was rolling through the
that was
vents,
close.
wrong.
The murder occurred while the Killing Game promotional video was being broadcast. So the library would not have been completely quiet at the time.
Oh. So that ghastly video drowned out the sound of the shot rolling.
What?
Kaito, are you done now?
Damn it. So it's true then? You're saying Coyote really is the culprit?
So that means most of Coyote's sins were committed right before Shuichi's eyes.
That's correct. I was with her in the classroom. And when she moved the vent grate aside. And when she lined up the books on top of the bookcase.
There are way more books here than I expected. The top of the bookcase is covered end to end with cluttered stacks of books. This is nothing. As I moved the ladder, I reorganized the books, bit by bit. Jeez, there are too many books. It might be too hard to set up a camera here. I thought so. Wait, I just gotta try a little harder. Coyote, I know you don't like to admit defeat, but really, it's alright. I continued moving the ladder as I kept reorganizing the books.
And it was the same when you took the murder weapon, wasn't it? You took the shot put ball when you got the cameras for Mew, right, Coyote?
Coyote, is something wrong? We need to go before Miyu changes her mind. Shuichi was already at the door of the warehouse, waiting for me. Oh, sorry. I shoved the things I was holding into my backpack and ran after him.
So you were hiding it the entire time?
Where would she have even hidden it?
Where did Coyote keep it? It could only be one place. Coyote must have hidden it in there, in her backpack. He literally just said backpack right now.
That's it! Coyote's backpack. She was carrying the shot put ball in there. Despite its weight, it would have been easy to carry in a backpack. I noticed you also had a spare vest, which you could have wrapped it in. That would prevent the cameras you were carrying from being damaged.
Then that means all of this happened right in front of Shuichi. But we should not blame him for that. None of those actions warranted suspicion at the time, so he might not have noticed.
That clears it all up then. Every part of the crime Coyote plotted.
That can't be. It's gotta be mistake, right?
But if all of that is true, then that's pretty unfortunate. I mean, it's Coyote, you know? She kept preaching about working together, and then she goes and kills in cold blood!
No, something still doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
Coyote wouldn't do something like that.
Huh? You mean she's not the type? But you were the one that said she did it, right?
Yes, I did say that. But murder in cold blood is just not in her character. I truly believe that.
But why? Why do you still believe in me, Shuichi? Why? Tell me why! Why are you doing this? Are you still looking away from the truth?
Not at all. My belief in you is going to lead me to the truth. I'll show you what's behind all this. I'll show you your truth.
I know this is getting crazy, right? But it's time for another tutorial. Your opponent is on the ropes, and they're in argument armament mode and won't listen to you. You have to remove their armaments to refute what they are saying. That's how argument armament works. The objective is to destroy all your foe's armaments, then strike the finishing blow. You match the rhythm to shoot down your opponent's statements to damage the armament. The markers on top of your opponent's statements are called rhythm sights. Right when the gauge makes one revolution, press the correct button to shoot the statement. When damaged enough, their armament will break and the music will change. The tempo will also pick up, so match the timing. Can't get on rhythm? Try pressing R1 to activate Fever Time. During Fever Time, you'll be invincible and you can press any button. You can only activate it when your focus energy is full, so watch it carefully. When your opponent's armament is destroyed, you can give your final argument. Your argument will be displayed with 4 words. Ah, so it's like that still. Okay. Press the buttons in correct order. Use split-second logic to refute your opponent's final argument. As always, it was a pleasure. I have no idea what this final argument could be.
You still believe in me? I'm definitely the culprit. You think I wouldn't do it? It's all my fault! You still believe in me?
Why are you screaming?
I'm the one who killed Rantaro! That's the truth of this case! And that's all there is to it!
Making it easy with just circles so far.
I betrayed everyone! Please stop! Just stop! Remember what I told you? You have to fight for the truth. Shuichi, I know you can do this. If you say you believe in me, then don't look away from the truth. Please stop. Just stop. Remember what I told you?
All right, what do we do?
Do you know what I was trying to do?
You weren't persuaded by Monokuma, and you weren't trying to save yourself. What you were trying to do was kill the mastermind.
Kill the mastermind?
Coyote wasn't targeting Rantaro. She was targeting the mastermind. She was trying to end this killing game. She was trying to save us all. Isn't that right, Coyote?
I see! Otherwise, everyone would have died when the time limit expired.
So, she tried to end the killing game by killing the mastermind?
But it's all my fault. Coyote trusted my detective skills. I told her the mastermind might be there. And that's why she set that trap. It's all my fault. She trusted my detective work and I screwed it up.
Stop. That's not true. Please, don't say it's your fault. It'll be harder for me. None of this is your fault. It's mine. Everything's my fault.
Coyote.
Shuichi, can I ask you to do one last favor for me? Can you end all of this?
What?
I want you to reveal everything that happened and convince everyone. And then, I want you to end this. That's my final wish.
I understand. I'll end all of this. I'll reveal everything. The truth and the lies.
I want to help. I want to help you grant Coyote's wish. I will now explain the closing argument, the final piece of detective work to end this trial. In the closing argument, you will wrap up the case. You'll have to reproduce the order of events in the case in the form of a comic book. But this recreation is just Shuichi's deductions. There are gaps here and there. Gaps are areas where a number of pieces are missing. After selecting the panels with black, press black to move the cursor over the gaps, and then fit the panel in the empty space with black. Only the correct panel will fill it. Compare the empty space hints with the stock. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it's just like the other games, so that's fine. Let's do it. In 2 more right answers, the lock will be released. Wow. Okay. Who wanted to fight against Monokuma after hearing the additional motive? That would be... Yes, okay. Then here, who was asked to modify the cameras? That's Miyu. But Miyu's not available yet. What was the murder weapon found in the warehouse? Shop a ball. Cool. And over here, what did the culprit do with the library's vent? They propped it up. Yes, sir. Over here, what did the culprit do with the modified camera? They turned on the flash. And then over here, what books did the culprit set up last? Open the encyclopedia, I assume. Okay. And then, what happened in the classroom 1 hour before the time limit? That would be the Killing Game promotional music. Excuse me? Oh, in the classroom. That was the receiver goes off, right? Of course. And then over here, where was the shot put? Ball rolled in the vent. Very good. Whose picture was taken with the camera with the flash? Rantaro notices the flash. And why wasn't the sound of the shot rolling audible? Because of that being played with a loud volume. After the receiver went off, what did Shuichi see in the library? Well, he saw the bookcase returning to its original position. And then we go all the way back to this way. And who was asked? That's Bow to Miyu.
This is the truth of the case!
Alright. So this case makes complete sense to me now.
When Monokuma gave us the additional motive.
But damn, Coyote is
time limit
fucking
added to this killing
just a
game triggered the
genius
crime.
planning. Oh, that's sad. In that way, it's basically the same
After
as the first one in Danganronpa 2.
Some of us decided to form groups to plan our next move.
The master, well, I mean, Nagito wasn't the mastermind, but, like, it was somebody killed while trying to kill somebody, someone killed somebody else while trying to kill
I had my own plan to find the
person.
mastermind, and someone offered to help me. At the time, I never would have imagined they would become the culprit.
You know, Terror blindly stabbed his thing up into Byakuya, not
To
Byakuya's
expose
face.
the mastermind,
Fat face.
the culprit and I set up hidden
When
cameras
it was
in the
supposed
library.
to be Nagito. And now here we have the same thing.
There was a hidden door in the library that showed signs of use. We deduced that the mastermind would return there to let Monokuma out. The next day, we asked Miyu if she could modify some cameras for our trap. We then went to the warehouse to gather the necessary materials. All we needed were disposable cameras and a security sensor. But the culprit found something else there. the murder weapon. That's right, the shot put ball.
The shot put ball. Dun dun dun.
They put the cameras as well as the shot in their backpack. Then,
did
on
a
the
behind the
time
back
limit
trick
expired,
really work in that
the day
comic?
of the murder.
What do you have behind your back? Nothing. This is just how I like to stand.
The culprit and I collected the modified cameras from you and visited the library. Once there, we searched the room for ideal locations to place the cameras. But even then, the culprit was preparing the murder. They began by removing the vent grate and laid it inside the air duct. Then, they moved the pile of books on top of the bookcase, pretending to organize them.
How long were they in there? I mean, look at that. That's so much work to have done.
After that, they placed open encyclopedias on the
oh,
final
you happen to be
bookcase.
making stairs. That's kind of weird.
It appeared innocuous enough, but it was actually
Although,
a path
I mean,
for
from
the
where
murder
Shuichi
weapon.
was standing, like, the front row isn't indicative of anything. It's only the
culprit
middle row
also tampered
that
with a hidden
has to
camera
have the
linked to the
staircase
security sensor.
function.
I was
So, it
responsible
doesn't look like
for
anything
setting up
from
the other
floor.
cameras, but that one, I didn't even notice their trick. They used duct tape to keep the flash function on. After the cameras were set, the culprit and I climbed the stairs to the first floor classroom. We kept a lookout for the others and waited for the security sensor to go off. During the stakeout, we saw Kaito and 6 others go down to the basement. Rantaro was with them, the first victim. After watching that group enter the game room, I returned to the classroom. With about 1 hour remaining, the security receiver I was holding went
It's
off.
lame. We're not gonna get to go into the Ultimate Pianist's lab anymore. And I never got to see it to begin with.
I assumed it was the mastermind, so I ran out of the classroom to the library. I was in such a hurry, I left the culprit behind. Looking back on it now, that was the last chance I had to stop the murder. After I had left, the culprit took the shot put ball out of their backpack and rolled it into the classroom vent. This set the murder in motion.
I still maintain that wouldn't kill him. though.
Rantaro had moved the bookcase, triggering the receiver. Unbeknownst to him, the trap had been sprung. First, the modified camera took a picture of Rantaro with the flash on. Rantaro noticed the flash and approached the bookcase to inspect the camera. The camera flash lured Rantaro directly into the murder weapon's path. The shot the culprit tossed into the vent rolled through the air duct. Came out of the library's vent and kept rolling atop the bookcase. Opening the vent grate and organizing the books was all to create a path. Under normal circumstances, the victim would have been alerted by the noise. But the promotional video was masking the sound of the shot rolling.
Well, then that's what doesn't make sense to me then, is she set all this up before the promotional video even started playing, so how would she know that he wouldn't be able to hear it?
The shot kept rolling, then fell on Rantaro's head, killing him instantly. By the time we had entered the room, the murder was complete. I imagine, seeing Rantaro's body, the culprit probably thought, the mastermind is dead, the game is over, now we can all go home. But their wish didn't come true, because Rantaro wasn't the mastermind. It was murder, in an attempt to save all our lives. That is the truth. That's the truth behind your lies, Coyote Akamatsu. The ultimate pianist. And that concludes the events of this case.
No. Coyote did it?
Alright, well that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll get to see the aftermath of what's going on, Coyote's execution, assumedly, and then everything that is happening after that in the next episode. So, like, share, and subscribe and whatnot, and I will see you guys